Hi, I'm Rachel, and this is my 2021 BookTube Prize Octafinals TBR. I talked in my last video, I believe, thinking, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a nonfiction grouping for the Octafinals, and indeed I did. But to backtrack a little bit, the BookTube Prize was started by Robert at Barter Hordes in 2019. I think the primary goal was to involve booktubers in the process of choosing the best in literary fiction and nonfiction, and he has since expanded that to other bookish platforms, people who talk about books on said platforms. This is the second year we're doing both literary fiction and nonfiction. Next year he's hoping to add translated fiction. It seems like we're getting a lot of traction both within the community. We have almost 200 judges who are signed up right now, and if you're interested in judging in future months, I'll leave a video link down below. And he's also getting more traction, I believe, with publishers, and he's hoping that in the future this can be a paid prize and have a little more clout in the community. This will be my second year of officially participating in the BookTube Prize. I had such a blast in 2020, and I'm just so eager to get back into it again. Robert posted the official long list video this morning, which I will also link down below. Since we are in the Octafinals, we have 96 books total that are in the running at the moment, in fiction and nonfiction combined. I've kept my lists that I had when I was choosing my nominees for said long list. Robert emailed us a bunch of choices in both. And I gotta say, I guess my team fiction bona fides are on more display here because, we were allowed to vote for 20 books in each category. And in fiction, 16 of the 20 books I voted for made it to the long list. And in nonfiction, it was only 12 of the 20. So what do you know? I guess when it comes to fiction, really, I'm pretty much in the know, I guess, or as much of the know as most people in BookTube and the surrounding communities about what's popular, what's won awards, what's won major clout, I guess, as it was. So I guess we were all largely on the same page, more or less. When it came to nonfiction, I feel like I have less of a foothold, so I kind of went for a smorgasbord of things that I just thought sounded personally interesting to me. So I wanted to make sure I got a wide variety. I chose some science books, I chose some biographies, I chose some memoirs, I chose some like social nonfiction. I chose history that I hoped was beyond America because we have a bunch of international judges as well. So I wanted that to be reflected in our reading. But overall, I'm excited. I'm trying to go in with as open a mind as I possibly can to give all these books a fair shake. I will be judging nonfiction Group F for the Octafinals, and even though only 12 of the books that I voted for made the long list, 3 of them are in my group. So what do you know? I'm pretty lucky. And I figured I'd take a quick moment just now to show you the covers. Okay, and now I'll give some quick thoughts about the 6 books in Group F. The first one is one I personally chose, Cast: The Origins of Our Discontents by Isabel Wilkerson. This was on my radar long before Robert even sent the long list possibilities. In fact, back in December, I highlighted 4 random books that I was hoping would make the BookTube Prize long list, and all 4 did, and one of them was this book. I'll link to that blog post down below, but yes, I am very excited. Last year I read Isabel Wilkerson's last book talking about the Great Migration of African Americans from South to North. It was incredibly impressive and just so sweeping and so detailed. I think this is going to be more ethereal when it talks about social history, but I'm still on a high from her writing that I read last year, so I'm very excited to continue on with her. The next book I'll talk about I voted for as well. It's Fairest, a memoir by Meredith Talasan. And this is a sort of an intersectional memoir, as it were, because it's about immigration and it's about the transgender community. So that caught my attention as issues that are particularly important and talked about in today's day and age, and I'm excited to give it a go. The next one is also a memoir, Minor Feelings, An Asian American Reckoning by Kathy Park Hong. I believe she is Korean American, and this is talking about also about her identity, really, and how she was trying to find a place for herself out of what she felt she was stereotyped as an Asian American woman. I believe this is a memoir of essays, and going from last year's judging experience, I think that sort of thing can be an up and down thing with judges, but I have a soft spot for women, American women, negotiating with their minority identities, so I'm all in. Next, I move on to biography, Radical Wordsworth, The Poet Who Changed the World by Jonathan Bate. I voted for this one as well, in part to pay homage, I suppose, to my English major of old and to keep myself informed with some of the intellectual study of classic authors and what have you, so I'm excited to get back into that fold. This next biography is a bit outside my wheelhouse. It's called The Man Who Ate Too Much, The Life of James Beard by John Birdsall. This man was a foodie and a chef. I believe he was also gay, but the fact that he was a chef pretty much puts him completely outside of my realm of knowledge. When it comes to me and cooking, all I gotta say is it seems like every now and again my family tries to make me help them with a dish, and then they get flabbergasted with me because they don't tell me some instructions having to do with preparing that dish because it's supposed to be like toddler information 101 and everyone should know it, but of course I mess it up. So when it comes to me and cooking, I think I'm on the complete opposite end of the spectrum here. But again, this is about intersectional identities, about a gay man trying to find his place, I believe, in a time period when it was more of a struggle than it is even now to do that. And who knows, maybe I'll learn something about cooking along the way. And finally, I end with another memoir, Uncanny Valley, by Anna Wiener, which I did not vote for, but I did research a little bit and take a couple notes. Well, really what I took was tech industry. So it caught my attention because it's about Silicon Valley and about the tech culture of today, which after all affects all of us. We're, making our statements online, as it were. So I am intrigued to hear a personal take on this, especially from a woman, considering this is such a stereotypically male field. So yeah, let's go. So those are my preliminary thoughts about the 6 books that I will be judging for the Octafinals. I will not be talking about these in any detail for the next 2 months, although I might be holding them up in Friday Reads videos just to say that I'm reading them. But my lips are sealed on any of my thoughts about actually reading them until the Octafinals results are announced in late March. So stay tuned. So that about covers it for me now. I will also link to the BookTube Prize homepage down below, which Robert recently updated if you want to see all of the books that are in contention in fiction and nonfiction for the first round of 2021. I think I'll be back on this channel in a few days to do my January book haul. That being said, in just 2 days from now, at long last, the National Jewish Book Awards will be announced on the Jewish Book Council webpage. I'm checking the schedule on their little webpage right now because the date has been moving further and further back. And I've been thinking of Robert a bit and how strict of a schedule he keeps us on, and how, when one person misses a deadline or what have you, it can drastically alter the course of events, as it were. But I am excited to talk about those books, but I won't be, officially or even unofficially judging them for anything. So I might put it off until February, that video, because in the meantime, I gotta get prepped up for the BookTube Prize. I got a lot of reading ahead of me in these next 2 months. Huzzah! So, I hope all of my fellow judges are as excited as I am about what we will be reading in these next few months and throughout the year if you're judging throughout the rest of the year. And I am eagerly awaiting your videos in March, obviously. So, thank you so much for watching, everyone. and I'll see you next time.